Hello everyone, today I'm making a scenic base for this Undead Frost Giant. So I added some arrows and a dead wizard will be put on the base. The wizard was the unfortunate victim of a similar giant early in the campaign, so this base will be a callback to that event for the players. Here I'm making the hat for our unfortunate adventuring wizard. Use sculpting clay and actually ended up making 3 different versions in the end. Turns out it was kind of hard to work with. Next up is the wizard's different parts. As you can see, they are in a few different places, though our wizard did their very best to keep everything in one place. Don't worry though, they got resurrected eventually. I frosted the base with a scalpel to make the final result a bit more opaque. With the base scratched, it was time to add some water effects. I haven't tried using pre-colored water effects before, so it ended up a bit darker than intended, but overall I think the final look is good. I then glued some ice together from thin plastic sheets. These were made from the packaging the giant came in, and I think that's very neat. It's always nice to be able to use some of those extra bits. The giant came pre-primed, but I do recommend priming yourself as this grey primer is often quite thin and fragile. If I were to do another one, I would definitely prime it black or dark grey. I then continued painting the giant while waiting for the base to dry and added more details here and there. I imagine he's been buried in the ice for a long time, so he should look a bit like that. The crimson on the axe I wanted to look quite recent, so I did a few thick layers to build up the effect on the axe head using transparent paints. I then painted the wizard using the dark greens and yellows of the player character's design. I even painted on their glasses, but they were obscured by the hat in the end. It was quite large after all. With the yellow in the head, it was time to move on to the fleshy bits. Primed them with skin colors and then shaded them red. Then I added snow effects to the base. Here turned the base several times to help the snow get a grip on the mini. And finally I stuck the giant on the base and gave him some snow too. The encounter took place on a frozen river, and I used the snow effects to emphasize the giant's dynamic pose as he chased the wizard out onto the ice. I decided to add some small footprints between the giant's feet to show our wizard had been running the giant's axe unsuccessfully. I then glued in the arrows and painted those off screen as well, and I couldn't help but add an arrow to the knee. Then added the red paint to the wizard. This was quite a fun step. The stark contrast between white and red paints created a very interesting visual. With that, the miniature and base was done. Though, I did go back and make a large moth to represent a druid who was also cut down by this same giant. It's a bit big, but I think it adds something unique to the theme. So anyway, I hope you liked this build and thanks for watching.